What's good? What's good? I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Just a minute. Some water. Awesome. What's going on, y'all? More Youngling Jr. here. Just gonna make this real brief, but as you can see right now, people still rioting, protesting on behalf of George Floyd for the most part, and Candace Owens, who's your political commentator, and she's well known, especially in the conservative media, and she expressed her opinion, and I believe everyone's entitled to her opinion. Talked about not really buying into the narrative that George Floyd is a martyr, and basically he's supposed to be this pinnacle of success in the black community. And she was kind of justifying her reasons that, okay, why should we look up to this young man here, even though it was upsetting that he lost his life. And she was just stating that, okay, well, I'm not going to go in here and say, okay, he was really down for the people, he was the best human being on earth. But after going through her 18-minute rant, she did make some quality points. Some points, about statistics, was really kind of. I'm like, okay, we know we make up as African Americans 14% of the population here in America. She was stating that, okay, well, did you know that if you're a criminal and you're a white person, it's a 25% chance that you will die in police custody. You will experience more as police brutality. If you have an upstanding record, you're good, you're a nice, young man or woman, and regardless of color, especially if you're a black person, you won't encounter things with the police. You won't encounter any type of racism. I mean, things when the statistics doesn't really fall out, just balance out for the most part. And she went to go ahead and said that, okay, well, he was on fentanyl, he was on methamphetamine, intoxicated, I mean, kind of belligerent, just kind of like highlighting the negative things. And what I really want to say is this: what she failed to realize is that the reason why this whole thing is happening is because I hold this systematic oppression. I mean, you cannot. I told you this in this last video that you cannot eliminate the racism from individuals, but the system. You can kind of control that. And I just wish that her platform, she will kind of understand the whole narrative. Understand that you want to formulate your own opinion. You don't think your own thoughts. It is not the fact that he was the most brilliant, greatest person. I don't care if he was a thug. It's just the fact that it's been time and time and again, especially seen on social media. And maybe that stuff is true. Maybe it is true that we have more white or Caucasian people getting killed by the police officers, but we just not reporting. But at the same time, I still feel like so in the media is still really showing that as we haven't really progressed in this country when it comes to law enforcement and African Americans, and you have like different people, policing our community that are not like us. And I think it was just Candace Owens, man. I don't know if she was really, confused or anything about that. I just don't like how she didn't really address, like, first he was charged with third-degree murder, now they upped it up to second-degree murder. But that was just the tipping point of, our frustration. And how much I'm not like 100, excuse me, 100% sure. Oh goodness, I got this water. 100% riding for looting, just and you're destroying, your property, communities. But at the same time, it has to stop. I mean, it has to be some type of representation, some laws going on to hold these police officers accountable. It's just a lack of accountability that's really stating here. Now with Candace Owens, just come from different backgrounds, DC or whatever. She married to a white man, all this type of stuff. She might have a different perspective on a lot of things. But I mean, yes, black and black crime, all this type of stuff happens. I think she talked about that. I mean, she talked about a lot of things, man. But when you go into the statistics and stating that, okay, well, that's not our narrative, that's not our perspective. I mean, the average black person, man, I mean, we was always taught like, hey, you got to work twice as hard, to be successful, because the depression, we might not have the same opportunities as our white counterparts, man, to really make it. I mean, why you have to work 2 or 3 times just as hard just to make something here in America, to achieve that American dream? And we think about all this stuff like Trayvon Martin, we think about like I said, Eric Gardner, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, who was just a victim of the no-knock warrant. It's just little things like that that's just not going in there into our favor. And, law enforcement is continuously getting away with it. And, time and again, I don't care if it happened 2 or 3 times, within generations. It's just the fact that why is it still there? And we cannot overlook this. I mean, it's already hard, and it is like how ghettos were created. I mean, in the 80s, the drugs was planted in the black community. I mean, we were kind of at a disadvantage, and it just kind of trickled on down. You have various politicians, especially like, Bill Clinton, then you had Joe Biden was representing New York in the 90s in that particular time. He ended up signing the crime bill. It's just one of those things that really put us in this situation. I'm not making any excuse that, okay, well, black people can't be successful, because there are many successful African Americans, but the fact that how hard that you have to work to get there. I mean, compared to, someone that's just not like you, that hasn't grown up in these type of environments, and they automatically grow up in suburbs, and, they have a different perspective on things. They already have a good start in their life, even if they do average work. And the fact that, I'm a huge fan of hard work, but when it comes to, reading like The Color of Law, I mean, did you know that African Americans was really prominently in different states? I mean, like Helena, Montana, stuff like that. I mean, it was one particular time in the 40s and 30s that African Americans couldn't even move to good suburban areas. Right, regardless of their income, they could be doctors and lawyers. They're getting harassed. Jim Crow laws. It's these things that we look forward to now, and then we trying to move forward, but it's not working. It's not working in our favor. And then we've been going to these peaceful protests. We've been doing this over and over again, trying to raise awareness and have our own brothers and sisters on the side with saying like it's not working. So violence is probably, at that particular time was the answer. That's all this. It was just a tipping point. Now the gentleman, and we can't help that. Yes, he was on fentanyl. Maybe he was resisting arrest. Maybe he shouldn't put himself and having counterfeit money to purchase items. But little things like that, man. I mean, it could have been. It didn't have to escalate the situation to the point that you can bait this young man here and go ahead and just kill him. Okay, then you have autopsy revealing that he had drugs in the system, and that kind of expedite his death. And it's just like really, and so that's gonna influence. Or maybe the prosecutor's gonna sit up and say we're gonna give him the lowest degree of murder. It's just like the systematic things that are continuously going on. It's not shaming Candace Owens, but it's feel like when you hear these talking points of you that you stating that, well, black people are really not getting killed by the police like that in an alarming rate. We shouldn't be going out here, acting like he's a leader in our community. I mean, yeah, it's sad what he's done, but he's not the best person. He's not Superman. I mean, regardless, man, that's still a human being at the end of the day. It's just that we have racist white cops that are not doing what they're supposed to do. Right, you got bad cops, you got people in bad professions everywhere. Now, I like how she stated that, but you can't blame people who's really getting emotional. I feel like a life is a life, man. I mean, yeah, that person can probably change. Malcolm X, he was a pimp, and he was I don't know, he was doing drug dealer, but he was doing a lot of crazy stuff until he actually, learned a hard lesson and everything, and he started educating himself and started getting into the Nation of Islam, and look how he was a very influential person in the community. I just think that she just needs to go ahead and kind of just learn that. But I feel like this really are making a bad narrative of black conservatives. Let me go ahead and read Levon's case on. What up, brother? See what you said. Yeah, man. He said, "How's she going to convince black people to be conservative now?" That's what I'm saying. But this is really not a big political game. It's just everybody's entitled to their opinion, man. But when I'm just hearing this, it is sad. It's to the point that, damn, like, are you really for us? Because I feel like at this point, if you're not for us, you're simply against us. Point example like that, man. I mean, I seen young black men, Mr. Brooks, a young black man, going out there into his college in Michigan, bro. Going to his college, risking coronavirus, all that stuff, speaking in a microphone. I think he like 23, 22 years old, going out there and speaking his piece and rallying up black and white people that's down for the cause. You know what I'm saying? And I commend that brother. I commend him. People like that. I'm not saying, to the people that's going out, out here in the suburban area, not doing nothing, or even you're in the ghetto, you ain't doing nothing. You just critiquing, sitting back, and you're not going to go down there, or you're not even really going to speak about, like, just how you want, change in the system, but you want to bring up his criminal past and why this stuff is happening. Why should I be convincing to this young man or whatever like that? Why he shouldn't be a political in our community? Then you need to be I want to say your black card revolt, but at the same, actually you could black card revolt, and then on top of that too, I feel like you're an enemy, regardless, man. Because I mean, this has to be done though. This has to be said. You have a big voice, and you're gonna sit up here and say these things, and it's to the fact like I know you're expressing your thoughts. You can't think like everyone else. We're not supposed to have a monotonic thinking, but at the same time, man, this is a very sensitive time. Forget what he done in the past. This is a man that could have changed his life. I mean, he was going. It's the fact that you failed to realize that he moved to Minnesota so he can pursue a CDL, a truck driving career. I just hate when people go into the negative when things, especially when things happen to him. I'm not saying all because he's dead, let's go ahead and lie for him and say he was the best person in the world. No, it's not all about that. It's just the fact that we witness so many times it feels like, man, just young black men and our brothers and sisters are getting justly killed by the cops, and it seems like no one's doing nothing about it. The system is still patting them on the back, and that's a recurring trend. I don't care if it happens like 5 times in the last 100 years. This needs to stop. And it's sad, man. I just hate how she didn't really go into detail that 80-90% of the people that's looting in the communities are from different races. It's not primarily blacks. You got blacks that may participate and steal things, but they're not the ones who started it. She didn't really even bring up that it was a undercover cop in Minneapolis who destroyed that auto zone, kind of destroyed everything. You got people coming all over, the people in the communities. My uncle even said this when I talked to him last week ago about. I was like, "Hey, you going to the protest in downtown Detroit?" He was like, "Why should I? Why should I go to the protest in downtown Detroit? I mean, what's all these people coming in that's not even in our community, and they're gonna blame like the looters and that is black folks." I mean, it was just kind of crazy, man. So I mean, it was a little offensive the things that Ken was saying, but I'm not surprised at the end of the day, man. But we saw here about solutions, and this is what I was going to talk with my brother Justy Andre tomorrow about. I want you guys to really, tune into that video. It's going to be something great. It's going to be something good. I'm excited, and we're going to really discuss policies. Okay. Now, if you check my last video when I talked about the legislative and the Senate, different proposals. That's just a start. That's a foundation. So if we can have a conversation, open conversations, and it's linked with brothers and sisters. I don't care if you black, white, green, yellow. If you really down for the cause, you kind of understand what we're going through, especially even and live through it. Just have an open ear, man. Just kind of comprehend what we're saying, and you will actually understand these policies. I told you, you can't fight the racism in the individual, but you can fight the racism of the system, right? So we go in here and just set up this agenda that I have, right? Now I'm going to discuss tomorrow. It's going to be an interview tomorrow evening with Justy Andre. We're going to have a conversation. I want you guys to tune in today. And it might be an open panel. I might have an open panel, but I really want y'all to stick into that. And if you guys have any ideas on how you want the black community or black people to move forward, go ahead and do that. Because at this moment right now, the emotions that I have is that you say some slick stuff about our people, I'm cutting you off. I don't care. I've been friends with you for 10 to 15 years. It's not the fact that you haven't lived through it. But if you're not showing any type of sensitivity, you're not showing any type of effort that you really care, then I can't mess with you, dog. That's just plain and simple. I'm keeping my distance from a lot of people, because this has to stop. It really has to stop. So, I don't know how long the protest and the rioting is going to happen. I do agree with her is that, David Dorn, unfortunately, he lost his life. He was a retired police captain, chief in St. Louis. They actually respond to a lot of arrests and everything, and he died. Responding to that, it was very sad. I think he had like 5 children, 10 grandchildren, 77 years old, and that's sad. That has to stop. You got people like Antifa, a left political organization, that want to destroy like the left and want the government to fall and all these type of things, man. You got some people that's actually just going down there, not really thinking about what they want to do, and they're not really down for the cause for George Floyd. They're just there just to be there, and they're causing havoc and hurting innocent people. Now that's what I hate, and also too, I see some cops out there that's just beating on people for no apparent reason. Yeah, other 3 officers did get charged, Levon. Yeah, the other 3 officers did get charged. Yes, yep, they sure did. But I just think that it's a time, you know, for our country, man. As blacks, like I said, getting our money circulated and all these type of things, man. But we gotta understand and go through these different phases and educate ourselves, loving one another, and restoring that trust. Because technically, right now, we already integrated. It's gonna be hard for us to segregate because you got a lot of people who's comfortable in their own lifestyle right now, comfortable and living in different neighborhoods that are cleaner, nicer, and that's not predominantly black. Okay, but at the same time, man, you know, this is something that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. You know, so it's a sad thing. I just felt like she was just very real. Just one narrow. She's kind of really emotional about this, maybe because of the pressure in the media saying that, okay, why you not down for George Floyd like that? Why you not riding for him? And you know, you don't even know him and all that type of stuff. I'm not saying, you know, he's like Superman, but it's just that this is another young black man. You know, at the end of the day, that died for no reason for the most part. I mean, he could have easily just, you know, they could have had him in holding, or the grocery store clerk didn't even have to call anyone. But I just the fact that, you know, you're just not really thinking about the bigger picture, how this systematic, you know, just system is not protecting black people and how it's affecting many generations of black African Americans emotionally. That's the whole thing. So when you see these things, you know, we really feel like, hey, 9 times out of 10, they probably gonna give them a slow charge. You know, we think about the office, you know, Botham Jean, you know, was killed by Officer Gagger, you know, all this type of stuff, man. So we really have to think about these things. So it's starting to get into our emotions. But as black people, man, you know, we talking about these things. Like, I know we're emotional, but look, we know the riots and protesters are happening, but it's not all on us. It's not all just black people. It's people from all over that's doing these type of things. But it's a lot of good black people that's actually doing this peaceful protest and gathering people around and having like they and talking like they have some sense, man. Seriously, there's still some good black activists out there, and I just wish the media would actually highlight those individuals talking, you know, and giving out good ideas and solutions. But it seems like it's not really being talked upon. We so fixated on the negative. Look at people destroying their own neighborhoods. Look at people burning shit down. You know, so that's the thing. I just feel like it was just her opinion. You know, she was kind of negative about it, really emotional, but she's not really looking into the positive, the positivity, the growth, and the potential that they can really get brothers and sisters together and to collectively come together and come up with solutions. That's all. I'm all about solutions, man. We can talk about this all night long. Like, you got some people that's coming there with a wrong agenda, just want to say they doing something, but they really don't give a damn about George Floyd. Yes, I do agree with that. And you have putting away in harm's way of innocent people getting killed. Yes, you said, why is the fact that, you know, innocent people are getting killed because some man, you know, that we don't know, whatever, he was, you know, down on the wrong path and died. But I just feel like, you know, that's just a very disrespectful statement to say here. You know, it's the whole system itself. I talked about Anthony Ray Henson. He was on death row since the 80s, man, in Alabama, you know, for something that he didn't do. Saying he robbed someone and killed someone, and he was at work. And so the duration of time that happened, he was at work. You know, that happened like, you know, 15 minutes while he clocked in, and it was like 30 miles away. So even if he did commit a crime at the same time, he, you know, it wouldn't. The time frame would be a lot off. It would be a lot different. But since then, he didn't have enough money to cover himself. He had a great competent lawyer. He was in prison for 30 some years and death row for something that he didn't do. And, you know, we got to really think about this stuff, man. This has been a trending thing in America, that the justice system is very biased to whites, man. It's really serious. And I just wish that these political commentators and conservatives like, you know, Candace Owens will actually understand this. You know, this is feel like it's just a lack of accountability, and it's just you know, they're just talking this from their heart. I don't even think they're doing this for views at this moment. This is really how they feel. But, you know, to each his own, right? So Levon, bro, conservatives do not care. Yeah, what up, Mr. Lou? I gotta get you on here, Mr. Lou. I used to be a conservative, man. I used to be a conservative a long, long time ago. I mean, after the disappointment of these politicians with this COVID-19 stuff, being beta male, restricting motherfuckers, man, to go anywhere. I mean, the governor of Michigan said you can't buy seeds. She even lifted it up now, but you know people's in distress financially. Everybody doesn't have access to the internet. Everybody don't have access to start a home-based business. I mean, you got some people don't even have capital to do those things. You know, so when I hear people like, "Oh, you can start your own business," start like, okay, but most of the time you're gonna need money. You're gonna need transportation to go to the bank or get these type of loans. Like we don't really think about the bigger picture. Yeah, we had the stimulus check, but everybody didn't get a stimulus check. It's just a lot of things that really happen to people, and we feel like y'all still want our votes, but are y'all really down for us? Y'all just really constantly putting us down. It's a really like a big circus going on, and then you see still African Americans still experiencing racism through law enforcement. So that was just the tipping point, Mr. Luke said, and we are not even feeling the real effects yet. Yeah, it's gonna get worse, man, before it gets better, Luke. Um, it's gonna get worse before it gets better, man. I'm dead serious. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. That's just how it is. But like you, brother, I used to watch some of your videos way back in the day. You hilarious as hell. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot, brother, but you do post a lot of crazy shit. I was like, damn, like, and that's the type of brother we need though. You got no filter, man. That's what I'm talking about. So I kind of need you, man. Like you know what you doing in Houston, bro. I appreciate you, dude. Continue to do what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? But as brothers and sisters, even though regardless of our beliefs, I'm a Christian. I don't know what your beliefs is, if you're atheist or not, bro. Look, I look at you as a brother, as a black man. We all we got, bro. We all we got, man. It's talent. We all this talent in the world. All we got, man. Like I said, put our heads together. Got an agenda. Let's circulate our money into our communities, bro. I mean, if you know someone who has a talent, man, help uplift that person, bro. I mean, stop getting onto this jealousy. We gotta really get rid of this crab in the barrel mentality. We see another brother shine, and we kind of want to hem him up, get jealous, and get him set up for the okie doke or not. We want to be passive aggressive, not put it in deals in for the young brother because we're upset and we're angry. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of division going on. Lot of division going on, man. I like to think, like Von said, I like to think of myself in the center when it comes to the political stuff. Same here, man. I'm starting to get more like libertarian, stuff like that, more independent. Um, okay, I can't really see, Jesus Christ. Sorry I'm butchering your name, man. Lost. I'm just calling you Lost Thornton. Say, honest question: how would you distinguish police brutality from race-based police brutality? I mean, just look around you, man. I mean, police brutality. I just feel like, say, like a black, cop, whatever, or white cop beat up a black person, or like a white cop, whatever, was responding to domestic abuse, a domestic, case, an incident, whatever. And they try to separate the man and the woman, whatever. The man called his woman cheating on him, and he was getting kind of like a little combative, don't say trying to separate him, but he was all in the cop's face and all that type of stuff. Or he tried to, hurt his wife, whatever. So the cops, took him on himself to go ahead and slam the guy, kick him, beat him down, and arrest him, and they probably didn't kill him, but they probably beat him up pretty bad, took him to the precinct, whatever, or took him, where he needed to go. I don't think that's racial. I think that's just probably police brutality. That's kind of really unnecessary. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But if they excessively beating the person with a baton, to the point that he's on near death, that's police brutality. Race, I feel like, race based. It's just that you going in here, white person call, whatever, and sit up here and say, oh, this black person threatened me, instead of them getting to the nitty gritty of what's really going on, what happened, like you said, like the Amy Cooper situation. If police officers will respond to that incident and beat up the black gatekeeper, whatever, bird watching in Central Park, because they took the word that, oh, she was, even though she was disobedient, she didn't want to she didn't want to listen to that man, and when he told her to put the dog on the leash, and they ended up beating him, because of her word, and I feel like that's race. That's racial police brutality. So hopefully that answered your question though. But yeah, man, it is a big difference, but this is stuff that we really have to talk. It's very sensitive, and I'm sick of hearing about it, man. I'm just been emotionally drawn into Mr. Lucas speak. I don't think there's a real way to make a distinction. I mean, yeah, but let me ask you this, Mr. Luke. Like, do you think we need a police? I mean, I know that may be a vague question though, but I really want to know your honest opinion. See if you can comment something down, man. Do you think the black community need a police? Yes or no, man? Or should we police our own community? So we do need a police. Okay, we do need a police. So do we need more African American police officers, you believe, in our community? Do we need more African American police officers? Because I think we do. Because they were saying that was another suggestion that we have more African American police officers in our country. And you know, especially police in our cities. I mean, you know, you got, you know, Asians, you got whites, you got people that don't understand the culture. And I'm thinking about, you know, they not really proficient in verbal judo. You know, de-escalating situations. They quick to draw the gun, or they quick to like, okay, since I got this badge, you want to disrespect me, so I'm gonna, you know, do what I gotta do to hit you, and then, you know, calling back up, and next thing you know, we all hemmed up. And you know, I really think we probably need more African American police. I'm not saying African American police don't participate in police brutality, but at the same time though, I think that would eliminate a lot of these issues here. Levon Case on side, I think we need more of African American police because they know the community. True, true, true. True, true. Mr. Luke said, I don't think that's the thing. I just think that the police need to be policed more. Okay. They've been given free range to bully people. Yeah. You got a lot of them. And see, that's interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because I was talking about that as well. That we need more, they probably need more little training, you know, as far as like, you know, what to do. You know, they can't be biased, man, because I was heard that sometimes like, okay, they see a black person with a gun, they hurry up and quick to pull the weapon, you know, compared to a white person. You know, they hesitate. That's something that needs to be stopped, you know. So I think a lot of these companies got their own individual agenda. He said, I think the police should be like the captains of the sports team and should act like that, generally the team captain. Cool, true, true, true. Yeah, that we need to police the police. Police has gotten too much power. Yeah, they have. You know, but the police was created to, you know, protect corporations. This is why, you know, the Black Panther Party. This is why the Black Panther Party was so proficient. You know, it was created. You know, I actually spoke about this, man, in the '60s, man. This was so prominent, man, because it was police in our own communities. But you know, and how that had happened. You know, they was infiltrated, you know, by different individuals, man. It was freaking crazy, bro. J. Edgar Hoover, you got fucking people in the FBI killing Fred Hampton, man. It was fucking stupid, man. Like, a lot of this stuff was going on, bro. You know, so I definitely understand that. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, let's do what we can, you know, for our people, bro. It's it's gonna be a long journey, man, long journey. But I feel like, you know, maybe if we can set the standard as millennials and generational Z individuals, man, we go in here and really understand what the hell we be going through on a day-to-day basis here, then I think, you know, things will work out for us. I really do. I truly do. I really do. They just need to be punished when they make mistakes. I personally don't believe that they need more training. I believe that they need exactly what to do and what not to do. True, true. But that's what I'm saying. That's we're gonna write it up. We're gonna write it up. Like, you know, if you kill a black person unjustly, you know, if they don't fit the 8 preconditions, right? You know what I'm saying, deadly force, and then go ahead, they should be terminated and they should be fired. And they should get on their record, and they shouldn't be able to work at a precinct all over this country. You know, that's what I believe, and they should be punished to the fullest extent, at least first degree to second degree murder. You know, that's what laws that we gotta get written down. I feel like protesting is the whole purpose of protesting is to raise awareness. You feel me? It's to raise awareness. That's all that is. It's to raise awareness. So we can protest if we want. You know, I was thinking about going to a protest pretty soon in Atlanta. That would be cool. Right this weekend and see how that is. I don't know if I'm gonna go live though. I might. We'll see. But you know, I do care for the generally for the people. But I just want to come up with solutions, do what I can do, man. And like I said, just everybody has a part. You know, you teach. If you got a skill, teach it to other people, man. Each one teach one, man. For real, dog. Like, this is what we need, man. Everyone, I feel like in the black community has something to offer, bro. Even the thugs, they just misguided, bro. Like, I really think, you know, you really study the history, man. You know, we can overcome this. We can really overcome this, but it's gonna take us to calm down a little bit and just get these laws passed through the Senate and legislative branch. I truly believe that, man. That's what we got to do. You know, the power of the pen is powerful, man. Pen is powerful. The pen is extremely powerful, man. This is how the LBGQT community was getting shit done. They was all in one unit. They had different beliefs. You got some that were Christian, which was ironic. You got some that were Buddhist, Satanists and all that stuff. And they came together and was like, listen, nigga, like, we gonna need some motherfucking laws, Obama. We gonna need some political power. We sick of these niggas turning us down for not marrying us. You get what I'm saying? You get what you doing? Like what I'm saying. So like nigga, like you, if you want our vote, my nigga, like look, bro, we need to get married. Shit, we need to have more income. We don't need to be discriminated. Shit, we need our own damn bathrooms. God damn it. And so the, you know, and we will give you. We have an agenda, and we gonna fund your damn campaign. The fuck, like so you better do something. You know, we think what President, former President Obama did. He did a lot for the damn Hispanics. He did a lot for the damn, you know, single white mothers. He did a lot for the damn homosexuals. What did the black men get? What did the black men get? What did the black women or the black community get? Obama phones and motherfucking what? Obamacare? That's it? So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we gotta come together, bro. If you a Muslim, if you a motherfucking atheist, whatever, look, bro, put our beliefs to the side, and we at least we know that. Listen, bro, regardless of our backgrounds and our beliefs, if you a thug, you a shooter, you a incel, you a nerdy ass nigga, you a nigga that can't get no bitches, whatever, bro. Look, bro, look, we know that this is a huge epidemic that's going on here with African Americans. Let's go down, let's march, let's sit down with these leaders, man. Let's get this shit done. Let's having a black agenda. That's what the hell we need to do. Um, I don't see us overcoming. It's too far gone in my opinion. We just have so many factors working against us. I hope you're right. I really hope you are. I really am, man. I mean, salute, bro. Like, I'm gonna have a discussion with you. I mean, I don't know if you feel comfortable one day. If you know you don't mind, put your email in. I'm a friends with you on Facebook. I might message you, bro, if you don't mind, bro. But I want you. I want you to get on this channel, man. One day, you know, if you can come on live tomorrow, or whatever, because I'm gonna be on live Friday evening. We're gonna discuss some policies and whatever, or I can do a one-on-one with you, man. I just don't give up on our people, bro. I know it's easier said than done. I mean, we grew up, you know, I grew up in the hood in the suburbs, so I mean, I know that was culture shock, you know, it's the suburbs, and like, you know, as black people, you know, if you got the same mind, you know, growing up in the ghetto is very toxic, and you know, especially when you got a dream, niggas don't want to follow it, niggas don't see results yet. You know, I mean, niggas want to go ahead and say, you know, you can't do nothing in the world. But once you achieve it now, you're like, all right, man, I'm going to just move away from these niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been all my life, my own people don't like me. So let me just go ahead and integrate, you know, and so I don't have to deal with the foolery or this fucking zoo that I'm living in. So I'm living comfortable in a white neighborhood. And that's a lot of, we have a mentality like that sometimes. A lot of us, you know, that wants to be successful. And I just want to say, like, you know, we can't give up on our own people, Mr. Lou. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep pushing this narrative so our grandkids, our kids, bro, don't have to keep going through this shit, bro. I mean, they might, but at least when, you know, we at least when, you know, when I pass or die or whatever, I want to at least be like, all right, this nigga try to make a change. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, niggas come to my funeral and be like, all right, yeah, he was dope. So I'm gonna just leave what he did. You know, I'm gonna live off what he did, man. You know, he did what he's supposed to do. I'm gonna go ahead and follow suit, like Jesus Christ, right? Did so many things in the Christian community, got influence. We got the Holy Spirit, and we gonna, you know, leave off what He has done. You know, so I just feel like that's what life is, man. Try to make this shit better for the next generation, man, until we go into a new life. And I think that's what the shit is. I mean, we can't just continue to ignore this shit. And I know it's hard. It's hard working with our brothers and sisters, man. We got different mentalities. That's what I'm saying. That's why we gotta go back to different phases. We gotta trust each other, renew that trust, that relationship with one another. That's what we have to do. And then, you know, we can go back educating our history, learning, relearning, and then, you know, going ahead and saving our money, buying up blocks, doing all these things for people, bro, and having money circulating our communities, bro. That's the fuck we need to do. I'll holler at you. Okay, bro. I'ma holler at you. I'ma holler at you. Hopefully, I'll get off work in the evening though, so I got you. If cause I might protest Saturday. So if I don't hit you up Saturday, we can do this shit Sunday. So, but yeah, I hit you up, bro. I hit you up, and I'm gonna get you on here, man. But yeah, cause I want your thoughts. I want other people's opinions, man. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm down for the community, bro. I'm trying to do the best I can, bro. I ain't perfect and shit, bro. And I'm still trying to figure out life myself. God damn it, you know what I'm saying? But you know, at the same time, though, it's gonna be a point that we can't be afraid to die what we believe in. You know, we gotta get through this shit, bro. If we want to make a change, I'm just saying, like that's how that shit goes. And we gotta understand that all black folk ain't kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? So all black folk ain't kinfolk. If you ain't for us, you against us. That's as simple as that. If you ain't for us, you against us. So let's write this shit down. Come up with proposals. That's the whole main thing. Is come up with proposals. Let's put this shit to the city council, whatever you at locally. Let's get involved. Let's get into the voting process. Have an agenda. Put our monies together, bro, and then have somebody represent us. I think that's the only way we can get this shit done. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna have many elections with Democrats coming in here saying, "Hey, can I get your vote?" They come into our churches, "Can I get your vote?" They get in office, ain't doing shit. Shit ain't changing, and it's the same cycle over and over and over again. You know, forget the rioting and the protests. I mean, now that's sad, like innocent people getting hurt, but forget all about that right now. But what about the shit that keeps going on to us, man? That America is really not understanding and don't care, but y'all still want our money. We one of the biggest consumers in this damn country. You get what I'm saying? Ain't that ironic? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all still want our money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still want us to joke and drive and entertain y'all on the damn field and basketball court and shit though. But oh no. We don't want no justice. Oh no, nigga, you don't want no justice. Y'all niggas kneeling. Oh shoot, y'all kneeling down for the flag. Oh shit. Oh, y'all standing together. Come on now. We too unique for this, man. We too unique. So I encourage like my brothers and sisters. I don't care what color you are, but at the same time, especially for the black community, I gotta stand up. So I talked to one of my a city commissioner, and he was like, "The best way to get in office, man, serve your community. It's not all about the credentials. It's not about you having the best look and shit, charisma. Just serve your country, man. Serve your country, bro. Serve your damn country, and I mean, serve your community. Serve your community. That's all I can say. Serve your community. Be there for the people. And man, just start small. I encourage everyone, man, involved in soup kitchen shit. Giving to the homeless. It can be little shit, man. I don't know, man. Writing letters to like the fallen victims, man. It can be anything, bro. Like going to college campuses, going to the little activist meetings, protests, man. Like we gotta do something, bro. Cause it's easy to sit back and like, oh shit, like these people ain't doing nothing, and when we're trying to go ahead and come up with solutions. But at the same time, bro, I believe that writing proposals is one of the best things that we can do. Let's get so they can hear our cry and we can go ahead and move forward. That's it, man. That's really truly how I believe in. But but I appreciate everyone on here, man. But the state where we're in, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of energy, and I'm not saying this is gonna happen overnight. It's not. Phil James, what up, man? He said, "Yup, need fewer college scholarships and more small business grants, plumbers, electricians, bankers, dollar stores, food trucks." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Food trucks, credit unions. Like me, I'm into like stocks and stuff. Like I teach you how to do that. Get into stocks. I mean that shit easy. Like and little shit like that, man. Finances. We got to get our finances together. We got to know that. We got to know about credit. You know what I'm saying? Get our health together. That's extremely important. That's killing us a lot too. We as African Americans, we do lead and the most as far as like heart disease, which is true, and prostate cancer, colon cancer, all of these things, man. It's a lot on us. It's a lot on us, man. Trying to take care of our families. Health insurance is high. All this shit, man. We need to eliminate student loan grants. I feel like too that's hurting our communities. I got stocks knowledge. Yeah, I actually made some money doing stocks, dog. Like, I mean, it's so easy now. Like a lot say like I invested in World Wrestling Entertainment. It's $50 per stock for that, and I don't even watch the WWE like I used to back in the day. But yeah, I invest in that General Electric, DTE, and I'm probably do it. Do it for free and shit. I mean, all you got to do, if you got a cash app, you go to the stocks and then you set your bank account up to it and you buy it. Remember, the key thing for stocks is you buy low and you sell high. That's all you do. Buy low, sell high. And then once you sell, put that shit in your cash app, and then you cash it out into your if you want an instant, it's 25-cent fee, and that's it, man. You get that money. And you put it in your savings account. Use that money for leverage. You continue to use your money, right? And use that money, go ahead, rent you a home, rent you a house, man, for other people. Buy a apartment complex. It's on working on. Get in real estate, man. It's things that we have solutions here. We have it. We can do it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we can create a strong economic foundation, economic base. We're good. We're good. So yeah, stock investing is very easy. You can do it through E-Trade, Ameritrade. I'm talking about Ford. Ford stock is at least about $7 a share, my nigga. And they giving out dividends. Okay? And that's money that's paid out like quarterly, every 3 months to a I say 3 to 4 months and everything, man. You can use that money, like I said, it might not be much, but it's a long-term thing. Get into IRAs. It's shit, you know what I'm saying? You educate yourself, man. So yeah, we need a new black mindset. And like I said, man, like I'm in the military, so it's only so much I can do. But I'm starting where I'm at now. Niggas like, what are you doing for the black community? You just a nigga that's just talking on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But look, like I'm just showing giving my experiences and stuff and talking. You know, I mean, that's what I want to do. Like and help y'all. Like this, I'm doing my part. You know, I thought about quitting YouTube a few days ago, man, because of how draining it was emotionally and giving up a lot of things. But at the same time, man, this is part of the fight here. This is part of the fight. You know, and I'm just speaking my pride, speaking my thoughts, man, because I really genuinely care for my people. I really do. I really do. Even I had negative experiences with black people sometimes. You know, I got robbed before. Growing up, I got my shit stolen before. I was walking hit and run with a black person. I mean, yeah, this shit was traumatizing, but I still kept going though. I still like, this is my motherfucking people. I still got robbed from them. Like we all had negative experiences. You might have a mother that tell you ain't gonna be shit in the world. Your black mother tell you. I'm not saying my black mother said that, but I'm just saying, like, some brothers get experience that. Some brothers probably experienced their cousin raping them or molesting them, right? And you saying fuck black people, and you making like $80,000 to $100,000 a year now. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was laughing at your dream and shit, saying you a nerd and shit. Now you making it and you with white people and shit. You like fuck black people. You know what I'm saying? And you can come up with that mentality, but I'm just telling you, brothers, it's just like we got to come down and like eliminate that and just like forgive them, and we got to move forward. We got to do it for our own, man. A million brothers and sisters contribute $100 to a fund can go a long way with small business. Mislead $100. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Like I said, man, we can do it. We can do it. I think we got like we got a billion spending power, something like that, man. It's a lot. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna charge my phone because I think it's about to die. Be right back. All right. But yeah, man. So that's what I feel like, man. But yeah, the mindset it's gonna have to change, man. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But we can do it. Promise you, man. You know. I mean, that's really it, man. We really can do it though. But it's gonna take a lot of us, man. A lot of forgiving. I mean, we forgive other races, but we gotta forgive our own. Have our churches accountable for this stuff too. It's a lot of things, man. I mean, the stuff that we tied to the church, should be that money could be used to to help us represent us politically. I feel like to get our agendas going. I mean, we tie every Sunday. They generate like billions of dollars. So I just feel like I mean, I understand you need to pay utilities and all that type of stuff and bills, but at the same time, bro, like what's for the black agenda. So if we have a good black agenda, something that's written down, I think we'd be good. We'd be golden. That's it. I really believe that. 47.8 black people in the U.S. Only 1% commit to a common goal. Yeah, 1% to a common goal. That's it. Yeah. I mean, it can be as little as $15 a month. You know what I'm saying, to a black political campaign, fund. And then we can use that money, be like, all right, nigga, so since you want to run with us, run for us, okay, what are you going to do addressing this police brutality? What are you going to do to address, individuals that's coming out of prison, eliminate the misdemeanor and stuff like that out of their record, because, you've got a convicted felon, you can't get an apartment. You know what I'm saying? That should get on your credit. You can't get a fucking passport. It's really hard to elevate yourself. And so you come into the mindset like, okay, well, I can't contribute to the American dream anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and trap. What else I have to lose? And then you come to a deep cycle. You know, we gotta eliminate that. You know, I mean, how long should a criminal record be? How long some like little offenses, like you get caught for marijuana or whatever, in the state that's illegal. You get caught of domestic violence and stuff like that. How long is it gonna be on your record to the point that you can't get a job? You know, that's another issue. Why is the fact that, you know, like I said, police officers are getting many offenses and stuff like that, you know, when they kill, utilize deadly force for low level offenses on African Americans. They should be, you know, in the jail for at least 30 years for that. You know, and they get their police badge revoked, and they shouldn't be able to be a police officer in the precinct. You know, we can write things like that, bro. It can be simple. You know, try to articulate the best we can and have like a lawyer to represent us. You know, and then we can have these meetings with the Senate and legislator, bro. I mean, shit, man. It's so many things, bro. Housing loans, stuff like that. Why is that our property taxes are so damn high, and it's eliminating us that have generational wealth? You know, you can pay. We inherited homes that's like paid off in the '60s and '70s from the boomer generation, and now you know we lost our home to the banks because property taxes increasing at an alarming rate. When should we put a cap on there? You get what I'm saying? Like this don't make any damn sense. You know, so it's a lot of stuff that goes on against us. Like we have to put this on paper, and I think that would be good. That would be like one of the best things that we can ever done in our country, bro. Like for us, as African Americans, bro. Like let's write these things down. We live in the community. Like we know what the hell is going on, bro. You know, why is the fact that predominantly HR is run by women, you know, and they're not hiring black men? You get what I'm saying? Like shouldn't it be a balance equal out? Like, you know? So um that's what I think, you know, we need to really address here, man. Because if not, man, this shit's gonna get way worse, and I just don't see a solution. I don't see anything going right in sight, you know. But like I said, we come together. There's some things that you know, some things I don't know, you know, and that we can really go ahead and come together and be like, okay, this is the solution. This is what we need. So I encourage brothers, man, like Phil, like I said, Luke, you know what I'm saying? Like Paxton, Luke doing all these things, bro. Like, look, bro, like a hardworking black man, we can go in here, we can come up with something. But thing is, though, do we want to do it? You know, it's going to take some effort. It's going to take some time. You know, it's going to take faith, you know. But at least, you know, we can die trying. At least set that foundation. So that's what I want to do. But I'm going ahead and close. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but I really appreciate you guys coming in here. If y'all have, you know, anything else to say, anything to add, you know, appreciate everyone. You know, seriously, you know, get the likes up if y'all can. I really appreciate that. Get the likes up. But it's just something I really want to speak in my heart about this. So yeah, it's a lot going on, bro. But yeah, that's all I really have to say, man. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. As black men, we got some work to do. Black women, we got a lot of work to do. And people who wants to be down for the cause, y'all can do it, man. We just got to collectively put our minds together, bro. So I appreciate everyone coming in. Luke, I'm gonna hit you up. Stay tuned for the next video next tomorrow, man. I really want y'all to come in and really enjoy yourselves there. And then we're gonna go ahead and have a talk and a deep discussion about these things, man, our topics. So y'all take care, man. I'm out. Deuces.